Good morning. Welcome to week 3 of Nonprofit 301. I hope you're all doing well. And by well, I mean healthy. You may not be able to tell. I am sick as a dog. I've been in the bed the last 3 days. There's an upper respiratory infection that's been going around. My wife brought it home. I've got it. Terrible. Anyway, week 3 and 301. First, let me talk about the textbook issues. I have heard from a number of you that you can't get a copy of the textbook. What am I going to do? The sky is falling. No, I got you. We're good. This particular textbook that we're using, Solomon, which is the 3rd edition, actually the bookstore manager, Jerry Carroll, found out this week that the Foundation Center that publishes this book has decided that they're not going to publish anymore. And thanks for telling us, by the way. So he is working to get copies of the 2nd and 1st edition for you. And I know a number of you have connected with Jerry and the bookstore and getting your book. So I know you got books coming. Now, last week we had a quiz, and obviously you can't take the quiz if you don't have the book. I guess there are some lessons here. I'm not lecturing you, man, and women. But, when you know you're in a class, get the book. It avoids kind of issues like this. Anyway, so I'll leave the quiz link open until Saturday night at midnight, and I'm going to shut it off, so you'll have time to do the quiz. So week 3. This week, not heavy, but it's not light either. I want you to read 2 chapters. I want you to read chapter 5 and chapter 6 out of the Solomon text. Chapter 5 is really historical developments in nonprofit organizations. That we have lots of challenges. There are a number of issues across the nonprofit sectors: education, health services, religious sector, social services that are a mess. Where demand for services far outpaces our ability to provide those services. And part of this chapter that Solomon has penned is really addressing, well, how did we get here? I mean, why is it that we've got these problems? And some suggestions on perhaps some remedies on moving forward. And then chapter 6 moves into healthcare. Healthcare is an enormous component of our nonprofit sector. And for those of you that are living in the upstate and you're familiar with Spartanburg Regional Medical Center, nonprofit. Mary Black, nonprofit. There are a number of huge nonprofit hospitals. The Greenville Health System, again, nonprofit. And this textbook, this chapter 6, goes into great detail to talk about the healthcare system. Talks about why the government agreed to allow healthcare to move into the nonprofit. Could you imagine, even though hospital costs are astronomical, can you imagine if they were purely motivated by profit? You think healthcare is expensive now? Well, anyway, at the end of the week, I want you to submit Journal 3. There have been some questions about the journaling. Do I need to have a journal for every chapter? No, I've kind of changed my mind about this. What I want you to do is I want you one journal entry covering the 2 chapters. Just kind of combine the journals. I want to remind you about the journals. Depth and breadth are important. So when you are giving me writing your journal response, be detailed, be comprehensive. And the same with the quizzes. I'm hopeful to get started on quiz grading. As you know, I mentioned at the beginning of this little clip that there are a couple of students that haven't finished their quizzes, but for those of you that have finished them, I'm hopeful I can get on that, and you'll at least be able to see your quiz grade by Wednesday. I hope you'll have a great week. Stay healthy. Wash your hands a bunch. Drink lots of fluids, water preferably. And just try to eat healthy things and stay healthy, because this sick thing that's going around now, man, there is no way to live. Anyway, keep up the good work. I'll see you virtually. If you run up on a snag, got a question, there's a need, hit me up, phone, text, email. If you need to come to the office or come to campus to see me, let me know how I can help you out. And I'll see you virtually next week.